Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a few tips and pointers here on getting your dragons done, unlocked as soon as possible. So you're going to stay in the nest. Don't move in and out of the nest to waste time. So you're going to choose a dragon, and you're going to, okay, so this one tells me it's mature and all that. So I'm going to go to the genetics here, and the faster and more accurately I can guess these genotypes, the quicker I'm going to move up through the levels, gaining experience types. So I have no background information on these dragons at all, so I'm just going to make an educated guess that this one is heterozygous. And some were incorrect. Okay. So I know it's going to be a capital R because it's got spikes, so it must be homozygous dominant. So I've gotten my experience. I earned no gems, but I have 20 experience points. So now I'm going to go back. I could go to back to my nest and do the next one, or I could breed this dragon. I'm going to breed it with the other dragon that I have. And this is kind of what my guess is going to be. I know my dragon that I have is homozygous dominant. I don't know if the other one's homozygous dominant or homozygous recessive. So I'm going to breed them. We'll find out. Now I have an egg. I'm going to go back to my nest and get my egg. I'm going to mature my egg with brimstone. It takes 1 brimstone to mature an egg. So right now I have 1,000 points and I have only 2 brimstones. So now I'm going to go to the genetics. I know it has a parent that's homozygous dominant. I know it has spikes, so I'm going to give it capital R. Then I'm going to guess on the other one. The dragon that I bred it with was homozygous dominant. I'm going to hope that this one is homozygous recessive because that's a little bit more valuable of an animal for me. So I'm going to complete that. Incorrect. Okay. So I have 2 dragons that are homozygous dominant. A homozygous dominant animal is not very helpful to me because a homozygous dominant is going to hide any recessive. What I really want to do is to breed a dragon that is recessive. I'm going to take this one here. I haven't completed this one, so I'm going to go to the genetics. I'm going to hope this one here, I'm going to hope this one is heterozygous. Because if I have a heterozygous animal, okay, good. So I want to keep this one. This one I believe was number 2. That was that one. So my first dragon here, I'm going to double check. This is dragon number 1. Its genetics is homozygous dominant. I'm going to sell that one. It doesn't do me any good. Dragon number 2 here now. This one here is homozygous dominant. It doesn't do me any good either. I'm going to sell it. What I want is a homozygous recessive animal. So I have to take this one flying, and I'm going to fly it until I find a homozygous, homozygous recessive animal to breed it with. So now I have a homozygous recessive. I know this is little r, this is little r. I know then that if my animal is dominant, it's going to be heterozygous. I know if it's recessive, it's recessive. That's great. So now I want to go back to that egg. I want to get back out of the sky here. I don't want to breed with that one that just came through because it's another dominant. I don't want that. I'm looking for homozygous recessive. So back to my egg. I'm going to use one of my brimstones here to hatch it. Make it fully mature. Now this is a homozygous recessive animal, which means that it is going to be little r, little r. And I'm going to get through, I'm already up to experience 80, I'm almost done with level 1. So now I'm going to take this dragon, oops, I went back too far. I'm going to take this one here, my homozygous recessive one, and I'm going to breed it with my heterozygous animal. So now I know exactly what I'm going to get. I know I have a heterozygous animal. I know I have a homozygous recessive. So if I have spines, it's going to be big R, little r. If I don't have spines, it's going to be little r, little r. I'm going to breed those. I got to go get my egg. Now I got to do something to get more brimstone here because I'm down to the end of my brimstone. But I want to hatch this egg. I can wait around, but I'm going to use my brimstone. I'm going to have to figure out how to get more brimstone. So the genetics of this one has spikes, but I know that its parents, it has spikes, it's capital R, but I know one parent was homozygous recessive, and I know one parent was heterozygous. So I know that that one is going to be heterozygous too. Now you'll notice up here now I have a second trait that's been unlocked. So I'm going to click on that. Now I get my little arrow, my question marks again. Now I'm dealing with wing shape. So actually I don't know what this one is or not. What is this one? Body pattern. Okay. So I've got the dominant. I'm going to hope I have the recessive. The recessive is good. I hope I have a recessive allele hiding in there. I don't. So that means this is going to be homozygous dominant, which is not what I want. So now I'm going to keep going through. I'm going to try and get an animal now that is homozygous recessive for both, that has the striped skin and no spines. And then I'm going to try and keep getting the recessive for every animal. That's how you're going to unlock as many as you can. If you have a homozygous recessive animal, you know what the offspring are going to be like. Work quickly.